Hello viewers. It all started on a calm afternoon in an area that most people would never even look twice at. An ancient, dry path close to a hillside, where there was only dust, silence, and the murmurs of bygone eras. We didn't have high expectations. We were simply exploring and doing what we love, which is using our metal detector to search the ground for anything of interest, such as an old tool or a rusty coin. However, that day was unique. Fate had other ideas that day. A loud, sharp beep came from our detector, unaware that we were only a few minutes away from discovering something incredible. We stopped, exchanged glances, and began to dig. Just a few inches beneath the surface, our shovel hit something solid. We initially believed it to be merely a big stone. However, we discovered its shape as we removed the dirt. It was smooth, rounded, and strangely symmetrical. Not a rock, not modern, at least, and not man-made either. We carefully removed more dirt until the entire object was visible. An old cracked clay jar that was still securely closed. It seemed to hum with an odd energy, as though protecting something within. And it was heavy, much heavier than it appeared. We carefully lifted it out of the ground with shaking hands and placed it down. Our hearts were pounding. It was a sacred, almost unreal moment. We were aware that we had an ancient object in our hands. Something that might have gone unnoticed for hundreds of years. We opened it slowly. The silence grew. Inside were small leather pouches, beads on frayed cords, strangely shaped metal objects, and what appeared to be old coins, their markings barely discernible beneath layers of time, all wrapped in rotting cloth and dried leaves. We had the impression that we had just unlocked a time portal. Every object we took out had a backstory. Despite being corroded, the coins had odd inscriptions that we didn't recognize, which suggested they might be from a lost tribe or culture. A figure was carved into one of the small amulets. It might have been a protector, a deity, or a lucky charm. Additionally, there were copper jewelry pieces, rings, and bangles that were all handcrafted, delicate, and obviously valuable to the person who buried them. We carefully spread everything out on a piece of cloth and gazed. We were silent for a time. Slowly but surely, it became clear that this was more than just treasure. It was history. And for reasons we could only speculate about, it had been buried, concealed, and preserved. Was it buried during a war? Away from intruders? As part of a spiritual rite? Might it have been a ceremonial offering buried in the ground? Was this someone's personal treasure that was never recovered? Or was it their secret hoard? The more we considered it, the more enigmatic it seemed. We were unable to locate any records of people residing in that particular location, and no map mentioned this jar. This implies that this site might be entirely undocumented, which has never been discovered before. The idea chilled us to the bone. We intend to properly analyze, date, and preserve the artifacts, because you can't just throw them in a display case. We consider ourselves fortunate, possibly even selected, to have discovered this fragment of a lost civilization, a piece of someone's life. We were transformed by this experience. It served as a reminder that the earth is full of genuine secrets that are just waiting to be discovered. It showed us that even in the most ordinary places, there could be something extraordinary lying just below the surface. And the world will be left speechless by what we discovered that day, what was inside that secret treasure jar. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. See you in next video.